What's up, guys? Hi, how are you? Welcome to Rally Pharma. This is world's best doctors channel. I know you know that, yeah. Sorry for today, I'm holding this, yeah. You know, sometimes things happen. So we are continuing with our series of careers in pharmacy, and today I also have a special guest. Guys, let's do our drum rolls for him. Yeah, so if you've been here before, I know you've seen him. He's been here before, talked to us about a couple of things, but for the newcomers, I'll let him introduce himself and then we continue with the topic of the day. Dr. welcome. Kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Linda. For the viewers, my name is Samuel, a supply chain pharmacist. Thank you for having me today.
Welcome. Yeah, so as he said, today we're going to look at supply chain management as a career in pharmacy. And guys, kindly take just 5 seconds and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for subscribing. So now, Doc, just let us dive into it. What is supply chain?
Okay, supply chain is a world of a practice that involves just the movement of goods from the moment they leave the manufacturing, that's the factory, to the end users. It can be for any other good, but from a pharmacy perspective, of course, now we are looking at the pharmaceutical supplies and also the medical supplies. So, of course, as we all know, pharmacy and medicines are special products that need special handling. To that regard, of course, there are several regulations that come into pharmaceutical supply chain that makes it unique compared to any other supply chains of the normal goods.
Okay, yeah. So basically, what he said, supply chain is basically, sorry, I'm using the word basically, but yeah, in summary, I should say, like supply chain just involves like the movement of goods actually from the manufacturer to the final or end user, right? Yeah, so now let us look at roles and responsibilities as a supply chain pharmacist. So what do you do on a day-to-day activity that involves the supply chain? So tell us about your day in life and your roles and responsibilities as a supply chain pharmacist.
So just to start on it, of course, supply chain has a wide range of roles and functions. Starting with, of course, the first function is about something in regards to that conceptual framework and selection of the products. You have to select what are these products or medicines you want to have on your stock list. From that, you have to also check on the procurement itself. When you are procuring, you have to check, of course, who are your suppliers, who are these people that are supplying the products you're targeting to sell. How are you, of course, getting them on board? What are some of the quality checks are you checking to just ensure that the suppliers you are bringing on board do not let you down? And then we have an aspect on the supply planning and quantification. You have to quantify the needs for your business, and then after that you have to have something in place for your inventory management. And then, of course, you have to do warehousing and distribution. So as a supply chain pharmacist, of course, we are starting at a point where all the activities in regards to procurement, selection have already been done. So we are starting at a point where you are receiving these goods. So, of course, as a pharmacist, you oversee the activities that involves warehousing. The goods have to be received, and we have the guidelines, which are called the good distribution practices, that guide on the good practices on receiving your products into the warehouse. You have to ensure that it is in good condition, away from dust, away from water, and the people handling the medicines have some knowledge on how the medicines need to be treated. I know, Dr. Linda, you know about the special handling of some medicines, yes, depending on the classes.
Yeah. So now at least he's taken through he's taken us through the roles and responsibilities. And guys, it's a lot, but he's trying to summarize that. Yeah. So now let us look at how someone becomes a supply chain pharmacist. So now, you know, from school, way back when you graduate, we usually are told that the only place you can practice 90% of the time is either the hospital or the industry or community pharmacy. So now you're introducing an aspect of supply chain pharmacist. So how does someone become a supply chain pharmacist? Apart from BPharm, is there any other special training that someone undergoes for them to actually be a supply chain pharmacist, or I can just do a BPharm and become a supply chain pharmacist? So tell us more about the scope of training and joining the industry.
Of course, BPharm normally gives you that basic knowledge in supply chain. There is a course in BPharm in regards to pharmacy management. It gives you the basics of supply chain, quantification, stocking, and procurement, and all that. But if you want to further the career, of course, we have several schools and courses that you have to undertake. Unfortunately, in Kenya right now, there is no a university that offers an outright supply chain, medical supply chain. The courses that are available in the country locally, most of them are general, the supply chain of all goods. But good news is we have had a university called Empower School of Health that has done a collaboration with the University of Nairobi in the last 1 or 2 years, that is currently offers both the masters in global supply chain and procurement, and also a postgraduate diploma in the same. So it's that offers a good opportunity for those willing to take a career in pharmaceutical supply chain to further their studies. Internationally, we also have schools like the Washington University offering a global course in pharmaceutical supply chain, and such a course would really go miles in making you a pro in supply chain.
Okay, so now does it mean that I can just do a BPharm and just go directly to maybe a company, approach them, and then they can give me a job as a supply chain pharmacist, and then thereafter I can do the special training? Or do I have to do the special training first for me to get the job?
As mentioned, of course, from BPharm you have those basic, the basic training in supply chain. So of course it might need the on-job training, but it's possible for one to just go practice as a supply chain pharmacist directly with the BPharm, and then you consider furthering and specializing in it with the further qualifications. But with the BPharm, yes, you can.
Okay, so now that you've mentioned that, I would like to ask this. Since there are so many jobless pharmacists out there, are there job opportunities for pharmacists to actually venture in this field, or the job opportunities are actually limited?
There are actually so many jobs out there. There are a lot of programs, projects, and companies that are looking people that specialize in supply chain. And as we have mentioned, supply chain is broad. We have people specializing in procurement. We have people specializing in logistics and dispatch, of course, managing routes and all that. We have people that manage warehouses, the warehouse managers. We have people that oversee inventory management. That's a specialization. We have also people, which is some intriguing career that involves supply chain, quantification, and supply planning. That's an intriguing area with a mix of statistics. Of course, that's an entertaining area for new pharmacists. So there are so many opportunities out there. I would just urge young pharmacists to take these opportunities whenever they find them.
Okay, so now this is what I always like to encourage people. Like, people have to always mingle with other pharmacists, because you never know like where the job opportunity like will get you. You see, there's this analogy of people just like sticking to one place. Like they say, oh, me, I'm going to do this, and then they don't interact with other people. So when you interact with other pharmacists, like for example, on professional platforms like LinkedIn, like social media, you can interact with them. And then what I've realized is most jobs are usually advertised on LinkedIn. Yeah, so if you go to LinkedIn, guys, you can actually get these jobs. Also, I had said earlier on my previous video, walk to these pharmaceutical companies and just drop your CVs there. You'll be able to actually, you will, trust me, you will not lack an opportunity when you present yourself out there. So try and open your mind, try and look for like other people in this relevant field. Like Daktari here, I know like if someone wants to be mentored in the supply chain, they can actually reach out to you and you can actually help them, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So now you see, I told you I bring you like great people who can help you on board. So now let us look at your day-to-day activities. Do you encounter challenges? And if you encounter challenges, how do you actually deal with them? Yeah.
Of course, thank you for bringing that up. It's an interesting area to work in, supply chain as a supply chain pharmacist. Definitely in any setup, you will find that you'll be overseeing a lot of operations around receiving of goods, around inventory management, around processing of orders in the warehouse and storage, around dispatch and organizing for these logistics. So in operations, of course, so many issues come up. We have some operational errors that might happen, incidences that happen, and of course at any given time, all these incidences, errors, you have to be there to have them resolved. And definitely remember, you are the leader. Pharmacist is always a leader. Remember the 7 stars of a pharmacist. So you are the leader here. Everyone will be looking up to you to bring solutions to these problems. And of course, in some cases, some problems prove to be quite huge, but you just have to be there and provide solutions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know for every challenge there's always a solution. So yeah, and he said as a pharmacist you're always the leader, so take charge. Yeah, so now let us look at the future of pharmacists in the supply chain. Do you think the future of pharmacists in this field is bright, or would you actually encourage someone to pursue this career in supply chain, or is it a field whereby like I'll venture in as a pharmacist, then I reach a point and then I'm stuck? Or is there like room for improvement, room for actually getting higher and higher and just advancing? Yeah.
Okay. What I can say is that the future is so bright. In the pharmaceutical supply chain, whatever we are talking about is the product. The product is the medicine or the medicinal products. So someone who has the power, someone who is trained to actually handle these products is a pharmacist. All the way from the information flow, the product flow, and also the financial flow. Of course, there is money that chases those products. Of course, the best suited person to handle all that is a pharmacist. So I foresee a future where the inventory managers, I have managed inventory myself, is a pharmacist. Someone dealing with logistics and logistics planning is a pharmacist. Someone talking about product selection and procurement is a pharmacist. All that chain in supply of medicinal products should or ought to be a pharmacist. So I would just encourage that many pharmacists come and chip in this field to just ensure that the right product, the product of the right quality, the product of good price or right price reaches the patient ultimately. And of course, there are some support functions that come in handy. Pharmacovigilance, of course, when these products bring issues, we have pharmacovigilance that pharmacists take charge. We also have quality assurance. You are not just supplying products. You have to check the quality that is involved. A key function of a pharmacist, and also have regulatory affairs. These products have to meet the legal provisions in that country, or depending on where you are practicing. Of course, that's an area that is just meant for a pharmacist. So all these areas, I foresee a future where pharmacists are dominating.
Okay, yeah, so thank you so much for that. The future is bright, guys. So all you need is just to start. Just start. You might never know where the future will be. Okay, so lastly, as I come to the end of the video, any parting shot to any pharmacist who wants to venture into this field, what advice can you give them?
My advice is you can start small. any opportunity that comes your way, take it up.
Yeah.
Never mind about the pay for status, but mind about growth of your career. If you are learning something from it, then you take it up. My journey, as I've told you, started as just a management trainee in this field, and through that I managed to learn a lot and became a specialist in supply chain. So basically, do not be afraid to start small, and then any given opportunity you get to further your studies. There are so many scholarships out there, both domestic and foreign. If you can find opportunities to further studies and improve your skill set, then take it up. But do not be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Okay, yeah, that's really great advice. And guys, do not be afraid to start small. Myself, I also started small, and I'm still progressing here, and we journey on and we soldier on. So if you're a young pharmacist out there, kindly reach out to these people. Reach out to people on LinkedIn, on various profiles. By the way, LinkedIn is the best place where you can easily actually get a job through connections. Make sure you reach out to the older pharmacists. Make sure you also reach out to me. I'll be able to help you. Know, see, I'm well connected. I'm bringing like great people here. So if you have a question on supply chain and how to become one, kindly leave it in the comment section. And if you liked this video, I know guys you liked it, just give me a thumbs up. And finally, kindly subscribe. Thank you for your 5 seconds of subscription. It really means a lot. So thank you so much guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so much, Dr. Ari, for coming. Yeah, so bye guys.
Bye.
See you in my next video. Thank you.